What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about ChainLink today. Link at the request of Brent Campbell. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, here we are. Here we are at about $15.64. Looking at this on a weekly time frame, we are at the RSI. We're at levels here that are relatively around these lows that we like to find support at. We could go lower, of course we could, but I'm assuming that getting overbought like this and refusing to be oversold and basically rejecting the 40 anytime you get down here, let alone having to really work your ass off just to get below the 50. I think they're in a very bullish posturing overall, and likely, very obviously likely, this is not it for ChainLink. No, sir, you've got more to go. I feel very confident that this is the low. I don't think that you're going to go lower. Of course, the weekly time frame could go lower. We're at $15.65 now. Maybe that you could close, a little bit lower. I don't think that we're going to go below $14 though. Probably not there. If we were to go down at all, I personally don't expect that we're going to go down. I'm just saying if we were, I don't think that we're going to go down to $14. If we look at this on a fib basis from a low to a high, we're actually bouncing right off of the golden ratio, a tweezer bottom, double bottom right at the golden ratio. They call it a tweezer bottom because it's like two wicks. It's like chopsticks, right? Chopstick bottom, tweezer bottom, whatever you want to call it. Just a wicking low, double time. Finding support here is a big deal. Finding support here twice is a bigger deal. And likely that will signal and trigger a price rally that comes up to the upside, seeing new relative highs in this cycle. Once we get above $22.54, it is very likely that not only are we moving, or not only is that the low, but that we are moving to new highs in a very short amount of time. So 22.54 is an important area to watch, I think. Even more so. Yeah, actually, I feel pretty comfortable with that because 22.54, that 236 right there, prior areas of resistance here. Yeah, I think that that's a significant level to watch, pay attention to. We break above that, it's go time, you guys. I think it's go time already. You're getting set up for go time right now. The best time for go time is to get in before it actually is go time. Enough talk. Let's keep doing some TA. From a high to a low here on this relative fib scale, we are getting above the 236. Anytime you get above the 236, it's very, very, very uncommon that you are to go lower without at least interacting with the 382 or seeing prices that are higher than that. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Sorry, I had to take care of something real quick. Let's see. It was just real quick. It didn't really matter. If we're looking at this on a daily RSI perspective, we are firmly entrenched in a downtrend, and a lot of crypto looks like this right now. A lot of crypto has this kind of downtrend in the RSI where you've got lower highs, you've got lower lows, right? The whole shebang, just like that. And generally speaking, with RSIs, doesn't matter if it's the daily time frame, 1 hour time frame, whatever. If you're getting into the oversold zone in a downtrend, you're likely coming to the end of your downtrend. And I think that that's very logical to understand because you can't go lower than the zero. Once you get to the RSI, it has negative readings down here, but you can't go below zero. It's impossible. It's literally impossible unless you like hack the system some way. But they're genuinely, if it works as it's intended, there's no possible way that it could go below the zero. So anytime you get oversold, you're getting to the limits of your reach with this downtrend, right? Because seeing lower readings, hold on. Seeing lower readings would take an incredible amount of strength. And I'm not saying it's impossible to go lower. I just think with the way the bullish posturing of the overall crypto markets right now, I don't see it happening. Not for ChainLink, not for this thing. Absolutely not. Maybe some random piece of crap coins, but not this thing. It's been in a downtrend, like most cryptos, on the RSI since December or mid-November, since it's been consolidating. My assumption is with this one, just as it is with other ones, whenever you break out of your downtrend in the daily RSI, you are likely going to be breaking out of this downtrend in your price. You're going to be expanding and no longer consolidating. So if we zoom out, we look back at the weekly time frame here, understanding this from a high to a low, when you do expand, when you are looking to move and progress higher, the target area that I would assume you achieve at a minimum would probably be about $52. I think ChainLink's going to go to about $52. And I say at a minimum, I guess that's more of my expectation. I suppose a true minimum would be $39. That's 150%. But I like this because I expect the average altcoin to move up something of like a 3 to a 4x over the next month or two. I expect that out of the average altcoin. ChainLink is one of those average altcoins. And let's see, ChainLink here. What is it by market cap rank? It's number 13, yeah. So I would think that it really could see something around this 3x, which would be a 200% move, or a 4x, which would be a 300% move, something in that kind of perspective over the next month or two by the end of April. If not, you're only going to go higher. I would be very surprised if you saw anything less than that. ChainLink to me is not a underperformer whenever it comes to the market, right? It tends to be on par, if not overperforming most of the time. So I'm going to anticipate that that's exactly what it goes for, not something that's at $43, $44 or less, right? I would anticipate something $52 makes a lot of sense to me. 1618 rejection there could happen. I say rejection, just resistance, right? Not going to start a bear market off of this. Prior all-time highs. Actually, sorry, current all-time highs. If we break above that level in one fell swoop, absolutely we would see some extension well past that. Probably go to $66, $72, maybe even all the way up to $91. Yes, you heard me correctly, guys. We're at $15.61 now. The more I talk about it, the more it goes down. So I'm trying to end this video quickly, I promise. I don't want to send, actually, maybe I should keep talking, give you guys some better prices to buy. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if the question arises at all in this video, is it a good time to buy though? Yeah, it should be obvious that it is. We're at some of the lowest prices that we've seen since November, you guys, in about almost like over a quarter of a year here. It's very possible that ChainLink could go not just to $91 by the end of this move, by the end of April, but it could be reaching for $100. It really could be. It's very common. It's absurdly common with the 2272 to wick above it, right? To see prices just above it. Even to close above it. If you close above the 2272, that doesn't mean that you are going to the next area, but it might indicate that you are going to $123. $123 to me for ChainLink, it's not that it's far-fetched. I have a harder time believing that ChainLink's going to see, it's a top 13 crypto. I have a hard time believing that this thing is going to do an 8x in the next 2 months. It's possible. If something big happens, if ChainLink, if the narrative really shifts around ChainLink, it could see that. It could see more than that, right? Crypto is no stranger to 10x moves in a very short amount of time, and neither is ChainLink. But keeping our feet on the ground, staying a little bit level-headed, I think. Some people might think I'm crazy just for bringing up the fact that $100 is possible by the end of April, let alone anything above that, 23% higher than that. So I feel comfortable with guessing that we're going to see it, and that's exactly what it is, right? People try to insult me in the comments sometimes. They'll be like, "So you're just guessing? What do you think TA is?" It is guessing. Do you think that this is a way to understand what the price is going to do for a fact before it happens? Do you think that we're some kind of prophets out here, being able to interpret the market 100% guaranteed? No, it's all a guess, guys. It's all a guess. And technical analysis gives you an edge to guessing. It helps you make educated guesses. If you're just guessing randomly, you might as well gamble, right? That's the same thing. But what this is, it's a little bit more sophisticated, okay? We're like professional gamblers, right? Anyways, with all that aside, $100 is the maximum kind of area that I would expect. $123 I could accept it happening. Sure, anything could happen. You could go beyond that. And if you go beyond that, man, something's going on with ChainLink that we should have been paying more attention to before that happens, right? But $100 would be my maximum kind of expected zone. And then I would say 52 would be my minimum expected zone. Of course, we could go lower. We could go higher. Anything could happen, but I'm in favor most of this $65 to $72 area. That's where I think ChainLink will be when this move is over, somewhere at new all-time highs by the end of April. If not, maybe as late as like very, very early. When I say early May, I mean like the first week of May, you guys, like very, very early May, but somewhere around there. Certainly by the end of March, I would expect that we are well on our way to new highs. We're probably above this high here. March will be a month that produces overall more than a 100% growth is what I would expect, and we continue that momentum into April. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm sure the whole Link Marines, the Link Army is looking for. If we're looking at this on a daily time frame again, actually, I want to look at it on a 4-hour because we looked at the daily. 4-hour RSI, getting overbought, not getting oversold is a good thing. Above the 60, nice. If you can get overbought again, that would be very, very reassuring that you are, in fact, moving up higher now. Even if you don't, it's fine, but we don't want to see you getting oversold, right? If you do that, you're going to be... It could suggest some more bearishness, and that's fine. If you have an opportunity to buy at lower prices, you should take it. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I don't know if we're going to get that. I think that we will continue to move up. We have 25 minutes, 21 seconds left in this 4-hour period here. It's looking like it wants to close red, and that's fine. It's totally fine. We're actually, even with this, hold on, we would still be basically right above the 60, right at it. So I think the rest of the day will continue to grow. We're up right now 5.78%. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if today closed somewhere near $16 or above it. We might even be upwards above $17 whenever it's all said and done. But by the end of the week, I'm looking for something that's at about $20 or at least around there. Maybe more, maybe less. Something around there over the coming days. So $15 and 73 cents now, up to $20 or at least around that area, would result in a move that's greater than 25%. at least 25%, right? Something like that. Yeah, I feel like that's what's coming by the end of the week. 4 days, 9 hours left. Yeah, I think we have enough time. If the narrative gets bullish, if Trump, whenever he talks about crypto on Friday, is very bullish, that could cause a sensation that definitely raises the price. I want to make people aware, though, right? A lot of people are hyping up this event with Trump talking about crypto, whether you like him or not, right? If he's going to talk good about crypto, you can't be upset if you're investing in crypto. That's a good thing, right? It's like if Kamala was elected, I don't care if you hate her, I don't care if you love her. If she's talking bullishly about crypto, you got to at least, if you're a crypto investor, you should probably pay attention to that, right? What I'm saying is, whenever he talks about it, it wouldn't surprise me in the least if it was some kind of sell the news event, bullish sell the news event, right? We buy the hype before the news comes out, and then on Friday, whenever he says it, whenever he makes his talk, that's whenever we sell. So don't be discouraged, my friends. If if Friday comes out, we get a little pop and then we dump. We continue these Trump dumps that seem to happen. If that happens, don't be discouraged. In fact, I would even anticipate it. What I would not anticipate is that after the talk, after Friday's over, I would not anticipate that we just continue to grow. In fact, I really would anticipate a sell the news event, but anything can happen. 90% of the time, that's how it works, but there is that 10% where it doesn't. Sometimes you do pump even after a bullish event happens, but we'll see. If Trump talks about crypto in a bearish way, okay, well then maybe it is time to pump. Maybe it'll be a buy the news event instead of a sell the news event, but that's just a little bit of I don't know, ironic humor slash thought logic there, I guess. I don't really know what else to say, you guys. I feel like I'm running out of steam on this one. So let's talk about all-time high cycle projections, and then we'll end that there because I know a lot of people appreciate that. So we're at about a $10 billion market cap now. Okay, $10 billion now. ChainLink has been around since 2017. It's been around for multiple cycles, and with that, I very much expect that ChainLink will see prices that lead to a market cap that is not just over $100 billion, but I really do think ChainLink can see a multi-$100 billion market cap whenever it's all said and done by the end of the cycle. I'm not kidding. I truly believe that's possible. And we're at 1572 now. A 10x from here would result in a $100 billion market cap, right? And that's 900%. 10x is 900%. Okay. That'd give us a price of about $157, right? Something around there. Basically, like right around there. If we were to do anything more than that, which I fully would not be surprised if Chainlink was worth more than $200 billion in market cap value by the end of the cycle, that could take you up as high as prices about $340 and beyond. Let's see if we have any fibs that line up with these areas, okay? From a high to a low, I might take this low, not that low over there, because that's the fake out bottom low. This is the low of the move. This is the low of the sideways move. I want to measure this move and get the extensions off of that. So 220. To me, that's your minimum. Maybe not even your minimum. Technically, based off this, $100 would be your minimum, but I think we're going to be there by the end of April, let alone by the end of the cycle. When's the end of the cycle? Some of you might ask. I don't know. Nobody knows. I'm thinking for Chainlink, maybe November of this year, maybe December. Maybe it goes into 2026. Maybe it's earlier than any of those calls. Nobody knows. We're figuring it out, but hopefully I'm expecting somewhere in Q4 of this year, probably the middle, if not the end of Q4 of 2025. A lot of people are seeming to flirt with the idea that this cycle could extend to 2026. I'm all about it, but I'm keeping my predictions to the core of what I've had for the last 2 years. I'm thinking sometime at the end of 2025. I haven't changed that. I have not changed that stance. If anything, I've become more friendly myself with the notion that the cycle could extend into 2026. But we've always been friendly with that notion, but skeptical, because we don't want to be too bullish, too euphoric. If you think that the cycle can extend, if you start thinking that as the cycle progresses because you're not happy with how much it's grown so far, you might set yourself up for failure, right? The cycle, of course, could end earlier than even I expect. I'm thinking November is when Chainlink would top off if things adhere to what my analysis has been over the past 2 years. But and I've been doing technical analysis for much longer than 2 years, guys. I'm going on 9 years here almost. Definitely well over 8 years. Anyways, that's not the point. What I'm trying to talk about is the minimum target to me. What would make sense would be about a 14x from here at $220. That's the minimum target. The maximum target for Chainlink, I mean, hell, man, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but maybe you hit $1,000 by the end of the cycle. That would be the maximum. I don't expect this to happen. This is my maximum target that I could accept as a possibility. And that would give you about a $620 billion market cap by the end of the cycle. That's a big number, man. That's a big number. Not many cryptos achieve that. In fact, I think Bitcoin's the only one to ever see something that high. But if there was a crypto to attain that, it would be something that's been around for multiple cycles, something robust like Chainlink that has not lost relevance, that has only gained relevance and gained gain fundamental values along the way, right? I'm not saying I expect this to happen. I'm saying I accept it as a possibility. Just like I'm saying I don't expect $100 to be the end of the cycle, but I accept it as a possibility, right? I'm sorry, that's my daughter there, you guys. A 14x is what I would expect as a minimum. That's what I do accept as a minimum and expect as a minimum. Likely we don't go to $1,000, but we do see prices around 408 to 530 at the most. That's kind of my expectation. So something on the lines of like a 26x, 27x, maybe as high as a 32x, 33x. That's what I'm expecting. And if not, we'll probably go even higher than that, right? That's so these are the target areas. 220 is my expected minimum. I suppose 137.99, those are my accepted minimums. And then 408 to 531, those are also acceptable high targets as well, what I would expect. Okay, that's all I got. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.